Today, we're taking a look at a different kind of story. It's a hypothetical, a what-if. We're exploring the incredible legacy a star like Diogo Jota was building, and what it would mean if that story were tragically cut short.
It's the kind of news that just stops you in your tracks. A headline that sends absolute shockwaves through the sport, and honestly, far beyond it. A brilliant life, a phenomenal career, just gone, way too soon.
So to really understand the weight of that loss, we have to look back. We need to look at the life he lived, the player he became, and the incredible story he was writing, right up until the very end.
So let's start right there, at the heart of it all.
His full name was Diogo José Teixeira de Silva. To the world, he was simply Diogo Jota. Born in Porto back in 1996, his journey was just a whirlwind of talent and pure determination. A journey that, promised so much more.
So where did this all begin? Let's rewind. Let's go back to his early days in Portugal, where it was already pretty clear that this kid was something special.
I mean, just look at this timeline. It's not a slow burn, it's a rocket ship. He makes his professional debut in 2014, and just 2 years later, a European giant like Atletico de Madrid signs him. But they don't even keep him. They immediately loan him out to FC Porto, one of Portugal's biggest clubs. That just shows you the kind of potential everyone saw. This was an explosion onto the scene.
Now, this comment from a fan at the time, it just captures the whole situation perfectly. It says, "Excelente contratación e pésimo negocio," which basically means excellent signing and terrible business. You see, on one hand, everyone in Portugal was thrilled. They knew Porto was getting an amazing player. But on the other hand, it was so frustrating to see this top Portuguese talent technically owned by a Spanish club. It felt like they were just developing him for someone else. You could feel the high stakes around him right from the start.
And that next step, his move to England, that's when things really took off. This is where Diogo Jota went from being a Portuguese promise to an electric global superstar. First at Wolves, and then, of course, at Liverpool.
Okay, to really get why Jota and Liverpool were such a perfect match, you gotta understand this one word: gegenpressing. It's Jurgen Klopp's whole philosophy. It's all about this relentless, high-octane pressure. The second you lose the ball, you swarm the opponent to win it right back. You can't just be a skilled forward. You have to be an engine. You need speed, you need intelligence, you need a crazy work rate. And Diogo Jota, he was practically built in a lab for this system.
And Liverpool knew it. They put their money where their mouth was. £41 million. That's not just a transfer fee. That's a massive statement. That's a club saying, we believe you are a player who can win us titles. And boy, did he prove them right.
He didn't just settle in. He absolutely exploded out of the gate. 7 goals in his first 10 games for the club. To give you some perspective on that, no Liverpool player had done that since Robbie Fowler, a club legend almost 30 years earlier. He wasn't just fitting in, he was making history from day one.
And then, just a month later, this happens. He scores the 10,000th goal in the entire long, storied history of Liverpool Football Club. I mean, just think about that for a second. All the legends, all the games, over more than 100 years, and his name is the one attached to that incredible milestone. Wow.
And look, this was no flash in the pan. His numbers over 5 seasons tell the real story. 182 appearances, 65 goals, 21 assists. But these aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet, right? Each one of those is a moment, a game winner, a trophy-clinching play. They represent the joy he brought to millions and millions of fans.
But a player's legacy is never just about the stats or the trophies. It's so much more. It's about the person, the family, the life they built when the stadium lights went down.
And this might be the most heartbreaking detail in this whole story. Just 11 days before he passed away, he married Ruth Cardozo, his partner since they were just kids. A moment of absolute joy, a celebration of a lifetime together, followed so cruelly, so quickly, by the most unimaginable loss.
He was a devoted family man, a dad to 3 young children. His first son, Denias, was born in 2021. His second, Duarte, in 2023. And he had a daughter born just a few months before he was gone. This was his world. This was the future he was building.
And back on the pitch, his legacy is written in silver. I mean, he won it all in England with Liverpool, the Premier League,
FA Cup, 2 League Cups, and for his country, for Portugal, he was a 2-time UEFA Nations League champion. He was, in every single sense of the word, a winner.
This tribute from a fan just says everything, doesn't it? Orgulho em ser português. A vida é injusta. Proud to be Portuguese. Life is unfair. It perfectly captures that feeling of pride in everything he was, everything he accomplished, and that overwhelming, bitter sense of injustice that it was all taken away.
A star player, a champion, a husband, a father. His is a story that reminds us just how much can be achieved in a short time, and it leaves us all to wonder about the chapters that were never written. An unfinished story, indeed.